get you some. Oh yeah. Mate, it's lucky she can cook. Wow!
G'day lovelies, welcome back. Today we're going to be making shank stew, and I'm going to be making this one up as I go along. The recipe will be written down below the video in the description as always. So for those lovely people that have very strong views on how I slice my silver side, you're going to love this one. First up, I have 2 frozen lamb shanks from Coles, roughly around $11. So I'm going to unwrap my frozen shanks and put them straight in the slow cooker first. So I'll use what I've got in the freezer first. So I haven't had peas in ages, so I'm going to put 1 cup of frozen peas in, 1 cup of frozen corn, and I've got some frozen cauliflower, so I'll just throw a few chunks of that in. So in the fridge I found 2 potatoes, a small chunk of pumpkin, a medium carrot, and 2 small sweet potatoes. I'm going to wash, peel and chop them all up. Chopped potatoes, carrots, sweet potatoes and pumpkin. So this is what I found in the cupboard. I've got 2 packets of French onion soup mix that need to be used up. I don't know why, but one of them is salt reduced. I found a Coles Italian 400 gram crushed tomatoes, and I've got some chicken stock. So what I'm going to do first is put 2 cups of the chicken stock into a jug. Add both packets of the French onion soup mix and mix them through really well. Add our canned tomatoes and our soup mix. But we just want a little bit more just to sort of cover that meat. Once the meat is just covered, we're done. Alright, give it a little mixing. Well, that's it lovelies, that's all I'm throwing in the stew. That's everything around the house that I think will go well together. Now I'm going to put the lid on, turn it on high and cook it until the meat starts falling off the bone. Because I'm home, I'll give it a stir every hour or so. Well lovelies, it's been 7 hours and this house smells absolutely amazing. And the meat is starting to fall off the bone. Oh mate. So before we take the bones out and strip all the meat off, I'm going to leave the bones in there for a bit longer. I'm going to cook it for a little bit longer with the lid off now because I want to thicken it up a little bit. Now I just put a little bit of cold water into my cup measurement. I've put 2 tablespoons of corn flour in there and mixed it really well. Now we're going to add that, mix it through. Now that I've mixed it really well, you can see it's starting to thicken already. Now I'm going to leave the lid off and cook it for about half an hour to thicken it up a bit more. Righty, it's been half an hour and that's thickened up beautifully for me. If you want it even thicker again, you can leave it on longer, but I personally think that's perfect. Now I'm going to pull the bones out, take all the meat off the bones, pull all the meat apart and then throw the meat back in the pot. Once we've done that, we give it a good stir and she is ready to serve. Now you could put this stew on top of toast, rice, pasta, mashed potato, or in a bowl on its own with some bread and butter. Now there's always 1 or 2 in each family who loves to suck the meat off the bone. So you can sit the bone in the bowl first. I always leave a little bit of meat on the bone, just enough to suck off, and then fill it with your stew. The house smells absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to give this a crack. Oh my god mate, that was absolutely stunning. I've completely fluked it. I knew it was going to taste nice, but I wasn't expecting it to taste that good. When I make it again, I'm going to make it the exact same way with the exact same ingredients. I really cannot wait for you to give this one a crack. It's an absolute pearler. And I'll tell you what, gnawing on that bone was just heaven. Thank you all so very much for watching. Have yourselves a lovely day and I'll see you soon. Toodles.